Today we're looking at what I think is the best Corolla ever made, and Toyota has made a lot of them. There's probably somebody in your family that's owned one. You might have owned one yourself. Now, before I get into the specifics of this hybrid, I want to talk about the Corolla, the latest generation generally. Both the gas and the hybrid model are built on the new TNGA, the Toyota New Global Architecture, and it has many benefits. First, you get improved handling, a more refined and quieter ride, and a lower, wider stance. Now, it starts up front with a sharp design. Now, the last Corolla really set the standard in this class with standard LED lights, and they're back on this model. In fact, they're bi-LED. The gasoline version has two engine choices, and now there's the hybrid, which is my favorite of the bunch, and I'll get into that when we go for a ride. The sleeker look of this latest Corolla is achieved because they have a lower roof, but seating is still very roomy because the packaging has been modified inside to still provide plenty of leg and headroom. And I'll touch on that now as we get inside. Yes, this Corolla competes in the compact class, but it has a very roomy cabin. And the first thing you notice in the center of the console is that large screen. It's 8 inches and it has Apple CarPlay as standard equipment. Also in this car, you get standard heated front seats. Now, there is a premium package that I'm sure a lot of people will opt for because it gets a lot of nice features. It includes heated rear seats, you get the leather-wrapped heated steering wheel, which is important in Canada, wireless charging pad for your phone, you get driver lumbar support, 8-way power driver's seat, plus you get these Softech seats, plus a whole bunch more. As I mentioned, I suspect a lot of people will go for that package. It's $2,000. Now, the base Corolla hybrid is $24,790. This is a roomy car with a big back seat. Even though they lowered the roof, they adjusted the seats on the inside. The back seats fold down to make way for a big roomy trunk. Now, as I mentioned, I believe that this Corolla is the best one they've ever made, and now they've added the Corolla hybrid, which makes a compelling story for a lot of people, and I think it's really worth trying because of the way it drives, which might surprise a lot of people. All right, let's go for a drive. So with this hybrid model, you get all the benefits of the new global platform that's shared with the gasoline version, but this hybrid model gets the same engine and basically the synergy drive from the Prius. So a 1.8 liter gasoline engine and an electric motor. That comes out to 121 net horsepower. When you look just on paper and compare it to the base gasoline model with 139 horsepower, you think, well, this is a step down, but that's not the case. Because you have an electric motor, you have that instantaneous torque, and when you put your foot in it and accelerate away, it's actually quicker off the line and provides a more dynamic drive. The drive of this car is fantastic for city driving, especially in those mid-range speeds, and of course can cruise on the highway easily as well. But it's very satisfying to drive. That torque is what you use from traffic light to traffic light. So the gasoline and the hybrid model run on the same TNGA, Toyota New Global Architecture. What does that mean to you? Well, it gives you that lower, wider stance I showed you on the outside, but much better driving dynamics because now included in Corolla is independent rear suspension. That's one thing, gives you improved handling and road feel, but on top of that, this platform is much stiffer, and that allows the engineers to tune in a much quieter, more sophisticated, even arguably upscale feel. And on the road, this car feels very planted, very well put together, and a much more premium feel than we've ever felt from Corolla in the past. And when you add in the hybrid system, which is smooth delivery of power, that instantaneous torque running through a continuously variable transmission, it makes this car feel like no other Corolla in the past, to be honest with you. Now, one area that Toyota took a major leadership role in, adding Toyota Safety Sense to almost all of their cars sold in Canada, is a big advancement for safety. So this Corolla has Toyota Safety Sense 2.0, which includes pre-collision system with daytime low-light vehicle and pedestrian detection, plus daytime bicycle detection. On top of that, it has auto high beams, full speed range dynamic cruise control, plus you get lane departure alert with steering assist and road edge detection, plus lane trace assist. So the latest, most advanced safety system is standard on every Corolla. I have to tell you, I'm really taken with this hybrid model. I like the fact that it's not an either or. You know, traditionally, if you wanted an ultra fuel efficient vehicle, maybe it didn't have any power. Or if you wanted a smooth, comfortable, quiet car, it cost a lot more money. Now, you're getting a vehicle that has amazing fuel efficiency, is actually dynamic to drive, and feels upscale, all wrapped in a very well-known nameplate, the best known nameplate in the world, and that's what you get with this Corolla Hybrid. Now listen to these fuel economy numbers, they're impressive. The Corolla Hybrid is rated at 4.4 liters per 100 kilometers in the city and 4.5 on the highway. That's incredible. So Toyota has been making Corollas for a long time, and they've been at hybrids for a very long time, over 20 years, and they keep adding more and more of them. The goal, by the way, is to have an electrified version of a Toyota car in every model by 2025. So we're not that many model years away from that. And they have expanded the fleet incredibly, from the Prius to the Camry to the Highlander to the Toyota RAV4 and now the Corolla. So everything from small cars to even a 3-row SUV available in a hybrid. Now, Toyota claims on average across their hybrid fleet, it improves fuel economy by about 30%. And fuel economy is directly related to greenhouse gas emissions. You want to reduce the amount of greenhouse gas emissions, you just have to get better fuel economy. And these cars deliver. So I want to touch on the fuel economy again. It's incredible. On average, between city and highway driving combined, 4.5 liters per 100 kilometers. As a comparison, the base 1.8 liter gasoline Corolla with an automatic transmission gets 7.1 liters per 100 kilometers combined, compared to 4.5 liters for the hybrid, which is remarkable. So how does this car do it? Well, you have the gasoline engine and you have the electric motor working together. So it has the ability to run on just the electric motor, to run on the gas and electric together, and it has also the ability to cruise along at higher speeds using just the electric motor, more than you would think. And that's how they're able to achieve much better fuel economy out of this. You're driving along and often you can look down and see that the readout is showing you're driving in pure EV. And it happens more often than you think. So that ability to switch back and forth as many times as possible really reduces the amount of fuel you use. Now, I encourage you to watch the review I did of the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid, where I did a real-world fuel economy run, which actually exceeded the posted numbers. Now, I've been test driving cars for over 25 years, which means I've sat behind the wheel of plenty of Corollas, and I'm here to tell you that this one is the best by far. And I think if you're shopping for a vehicle that produces the best efficiency but also great driving dynamics, it's not an either or, this new Corolla Hybrid is the best one yet.